Lots of rain in the forecast today. But it did just stop raining here just now. So I went ahead and came out, and I'm gonna I'm gonna go ahead and harvest the okra and see if there's anything else I can do quickly before it starts raining again. Oh, one of my bean plants stayed wrapped around my pole, but the other one didn't, so let me fix that really quick. It's a nice 6 okra today. One thing I can do on a rainy day like this is plan ahead some stuff. So I have a 100-foot, is it 100 foot? Yeah, a 100-foot long tape measure. Okay, it's starting to rain again. So I'm gonna put the camera up, and then I'm gonna come out and get all these dimensions taken, and then I'll go on the back porch and kind of see if I can plan some stuff out, and also show you the beans. The beans are like super tall on the back porch, like reaching for the sun that they can't find. I'd probably need to put those out pretty soon. I have the dimensions of both the garden space and also the wood chip space. Obviously there's a whole lot more that's gonna have to go into planning out where everything's gonna go, more than I can do just sitting right here right now, but trying to understand just how big of a space this is. So with the wood chip area, it's like it's 60 feet on one side, 48.5 feet on another side, 43 feet on another side, and 58 feet on another side. So I mean, if you were to make like an even rectangle out of that, you're looking at like 45 by 50-ish, which is a pretty big area. 45 by 50, yeah, I mean it's a pretty big area that I have to work with. I need to figure out the square footage of that, so what that would be like 45 times 50, whatever that is, and then figure out how far apart I want each of my trees to be, and then figure out if I even have enough space, which I'm pretty sure I do. I think I ordered like 6 or 7 trees, so if they're 10 to 15 feet apart, I think there should be room. And then the garden is basically like, the garden is not square at all, which is unfortunate. It's the 2 long sides are both like 40 feet, and then one side, the side by the side where the top side closest to the house, where the gate is, that is like 20.5 feet, and then the other side down at the bottom of the yard is 16.5 feet. So it gets thinner down closer. So I think just to make it easier, I probably am just gonna have to call it square in terms of like 16.5. So the side that's 20.5 feet, I'm just gonna assume that it's also 16.5 feet, probably. Or I'll just like make a pathway that's, I don't know. So 40 feet by 16.5 feet. So that means I could get like 3 to 4 3-foot beds going long ways down the garden. I don't know. I'm gonna have to sit down and really draw it out and figure out exactly what I want. So, but that's the basics of the space that I have, and now it's just a matter of just actually planning out exactly what I want to do in the garden and also in the wood chips. And as the rain starts coming down again, I just want to give an update on the plants that are in here on the back porch. There are the beans have gotten super tall, like I mentioned earlier. I really think they're putting all their energy towards trying to get up as high as possible because all they know is I got to get as higher than everything else so that I can get to the sun. So they probably think there's like other plants that are sunning them out or shading them out. I mean, so just like shooting up, trying to get to the sun, which I need to get them out as soon as possible. But it's like literally just raining all day today. So, and then we have some lettuce sprouts and then some type of squash. And then we have a whole bunch of carrot sprouts and onions. This is carrots and onions. Then a little bit more lettuce and then some cabbage. There's a mammoth red rock cabbage, I think. And then here's a whole bunch more lettuce, all the lettuce that I put into the individual trays. And there's a few cabbages here as well. So the compost has gotten up to 130. I think this is the 3rd day since I last flipped it, I think. So I should probably flip it again today, but I don't really want to because it's like soaking wet back here because it's been raining for so long. And it could rain again at any minute. It's very cloudy, but the rain has stopped here for a bit, so I just wanted to come. It's over 130, it's like 132. Some of these Mexican sunflowers have fallen over, and seeing that made me realize that pretty soon, when those are done growing and dying off, and the other flowers over here, and all the marigolds that are in the garden, all these marigolds, I'm gonna have a lot of green biomass that I'm gonna need to balance out with browns to compost it all if I want to do it the most efficiently, in the most efficient way. There is a pile of wood over here that I could start chipping up. So maybe every day I just need to start putting things through my chipper shredder and collecting brown material to use gradually as I compile new green material. I should just always have like chips on hand probably. But I still am gonna have to come up with a way to get other material outside of just what I have here, because I don't think it's gonna be enough. And I would really like to have more than just 2 piles going at a time. Alright, well, late afternoon development. As you can see, some squash plants have been put in. These are butternut squash. My mom put those in since those are kind of her thing anyway. I didn't really even plant those. I didn't even plan on planting more squash, but it's fine. And as you can see, we're going to try to take those vertically. I'm going to go ahead and transplant the beans over here to the trellises and to hopefully give them as much of a chance to get to maturity before the frost comes. So, not that we have a whole lot of frost here anyway. We're in the middle of Alabama, so if it's a really mild winter, I mean, we might be able to grow stuff all the way through. We'll see. Alright, so here is the failing dragon's tongue. I really don't know what this is doing. I'm going to leave it in and just see. I planted 2 more dragon's tongues here that did not come up. So I'm going to dig some of this out. I mean, it's just clay. It really is just clay. But I'm going to put some of this potting soil in and hopefully that'll give these a fighting chance. Even though I don't love this potting soil, I think it's better than the clay that I have here currently. I mean, like, you can even just see, it's just red. It's just red clay. Which is why I have got to get compost ready to start amending this soil, building it up with compost. see. Give him a shot. There you go, dragon's tongue. Give you a chance. I'm gonna do the 2 other dragon's tongues down at the other end of the second trellis that I built, just to maybe see this location, if for whatever reason it's just bad. Maybe the soil's better over there. All right, I'm gonna plant four lima beans underneath the second trellis that I built. 4 lima bean plants. There's a wolf spider hole over here. I don't know how well you could tell, but this dirt is like 1,000,000 times better. Well, not 1,000,000 times, but a lot better than the dirt just over there, a couple feet away. So maybe the dragon's tongues that I plant over there on the other side of this trellis will do better. So the roots are already pretty all over the place here. Let's put them in here. I'll put some of this dirt in here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do these 2 and then do the dragon's tongues, and then I'll be done. All right, well, there it is. 4 lima beans planted and 4 dragon's tongue beans planted. Yes, it is late to be planting beans, but sometimes, honestly, here in Alabama, our Decembers can be pretty warm. A couple of years back, it was like 75 degrees on Christmas Day. So you just never know. Maybe we'll have a really warm winter all the way into like February and we'll have beans, you know. If not, then whatever. At least I'm just trying stuff. So I am planting other things. I've got other things to put in soon that'll be frost hardy. So I decided not to put the strings up because I just kind of want to wait to see if these even need it. If they don't grow, then I don't need to put the strings up, so I'm just gonna wait. And plus I want their roots to get established before I start putting like a stick down into the ground next to their roots to attach the string to, so I'm just gonna wait on the string and do it when I need to.